Today I effed up by falling asleep with a sleep aid. There really isn't a non-NSFW version of this story, but I'll try to be delicate. I have trouble sleeping. So I generally masturbate before bed and pass out after a couple orgasms. It's the difference between lying awake for hours and falling asleep in 20 minutes. I use a vibrator that basically acts like a clit sucker. A silicone membrane flexes inside a little cup area and creates a pulsing sensation on whatever you put it on. It's intended for clitoral use. It's very effective. This morning I woke up and went to the bathroom as usual. My clit felt kind of sore, but that happens occasionally. I briefly wondered if I had masturbated for too long last night, but I couldn't remember. Fast forward to now when I'm tidying up my room and I go to charge my vibrator. It's usually stuffed somewhere in the covers, or I put it next to my glasses. I couldn't find it and realized I must have fallen asleep using it. So I checked the whole bed. I checked under the bed by the headboard. And there it was. And the silicone part is covered in blood. I momentarily thought, oh no, my period is 2 weeks early. WTF. Then I took a peek in the mirror at my bits. Yup. I fell asleep masturbating and wounded my clit hood. The battery on a low setting can last for hours, so I guess I had a rough night. Now I probably can't masturbate for several days while it heals. Sigh. TL. DR. I use a vibrator with a sucking feature. Tore cut my clitoral hood in my sleep. OP, this thing ripped apart my clitoral hood. Reddit, where can I buy one? Right, double quotation mark. Hey now. It was a very small cut, Nick. I tried to not exaggerate the D. Ask me anything done. Oh thank God. I was imagining all of the skin attached to the cup. Yikes. Well, at least we know your method for falling asleep definitely works and makes you out cold. Get well soon. Can confirm this. If I can't sleep, I grab my vibrator in my nightstand. Works 95% of the time to get me to sleep. 50% of the time it works every time for me. Personally. OMFG, that shit must hurt like hell. Less than you think. But I also have a pretty high pain tolerance. And apparently a pretty high pleasure tolerance too. If you can fall asleep while the vibrator is still going. Today I effed up by looking like a Nazi at BLM rally. This happened to me yesterday and I'm still very much cringing inside and avoiding FB just in case. I needed to get my next door neighbor kid and long-term tech apprentice out of the way yesterday. If you check my post history, you'll see I often mention my next door neighbor kid and good little buddy Chaz. He has been hanging round helping me out for close to 5 years now, and I had a small crisis of conscience about how hard he works and how much I've profited from his help over the years. Well, repaying him has taken 2 parts. I gave him £3.500 about a week ago from the sale of a car we worked on. That's about $5,000. He was insanely happy, as I guess that's a huge chunk of cash for a kid. The other part was a Peugeot 206cc I bought as a birthday present for him. His birthday is next week. And the car is an absolute wreck. Doesn't start. Can't be towed. It cost me virtually nothing, and I'm going to spend the next couple of years working with Chaz to get it running perfectly so he has a car for when he turns 17. My friend DTP was dropping the car off today and I needed Chaz out of the way, as even when he's not in the workshop with me he seems to watch my place like a hawk. New stepmother sister prefers to hang out at mine than deal with BS at home. I opened a shop and started working on my current project at 11 AM, and as expected by 11:15 he'd arrived and started helping. As a growing kid, there's one guaranteed way of getting Chaz to do anything I want. Food. As soon as I knew his car was on its way, I suggested a parts run to our friend's place and a stop off for bacon, sausage, egg, cheese and black pudding rolls at the food truck he loves. Dude was in the car before I'd finished the word egg. My daily is an original model Audi TT with a soft top and the upgraded Bose speaker system. As it was a boiling hot day, we put the top down and Chaz instantly began blasting music through the stereo at frankly antisocial volume. He has paired his phone to the stereo and I've given up trying to stop him at this point. We go see my parts guy. Shoot the shit for an hour. I have to stop Chaz buying a nudie calendar for the shop. We go to the food truck and buy 2 baguettes the size of my forearm. He inhales his in what feels like seconds, then eats half of mine while I'm still trying to work out how long I'm going to have to spend in the gym to burn off the calories. I text my delivery guy and he tells me he's on way to mine but he's been delayed so he's going to need 45 minutes to get away clean. The sun's shining. We're laughing and joking so I decide to take the long way home through our local smaller town to make sure we're suitably late getting back. As soon as we hit the local smaller town square we hit the protest. Maybe 80 BLM protesters gathered around a young lady with a megaphone railing against injustice and racial inequality. I have every sympathy for BLM but as a member of a very small and slowly dying ethnic group I tend to focus my politicking more on the struggles at home. We're stuck. The people in front of us are studiously ignoring the fact that they're blocking the road and a white van almost instantly pulls up behind me so I can't reverse back the way we came. I beat my horn to no avail and quite rapidly start to lose my patience at the people standing in the middle of the road causing what is becoming a traffic jam. I'm scowling and starting to really lose my temper when people begin to notice us. At first one. Then two. Then three and suddenly we're becoming the focal point of the crowd around us. At this point I'll confess the visuals aren't great. Chaz looks, frankly, like a model from Hitler Youth propaganda. Blue eyes, blonde hair and athletic in his AF t-shirt and Hugo Boss slider hanging out of the car. Visuals aren't great for me either. I'm 6'2", very well built, shirtless with a massive two-headed Russian imperial eagle tattooed on my chest, family a white Russian Don Kos. I'm trying to decide between explaining the difference between different eagle tattoos to the now 20 plus people staring at me or losing my temper and telling them all to fucking move when an alarm bell goes off in my head and I pay attention to the song we've been blasting at ear-splitting volume for the last 2 minutes. If you're not aware of Sabaton, they're a metal band that make a variety of military-themed music. I can't say I'm a huge fan but they've grown on me. Mostly because Chaz has forced me to listen to them non-stop for the last 3 years. The song in question was Ghost Division. The lyrics that seem to have got the nearby people attention heavily mentioned the Panzer Elite and various other Wehrmacht-themed things. It was, to be frank, not a good look. What could have been a very awkward situation was resolved by the arrival of a mob of white van drivers and Sunday drivers who were stuck in the traffic jam behind us and managed to disperse the crowd. So, if you see a video of a big guy and a blonde teenager online blasting Nazi-sounding music at a BLM rally, please take a moment to appreciate. We're not racist. Just not very smart. TL, Doctor, my teenage apprentice and I ended up blasting songs about the Nazi war machine at a BLM rally. Not only did I look like a racist, I'm currently terrified someone will post the misunderstanding on social media. Update. Had some people ask me the same questions and I'm back at my day job now, so I thought I'd add kinda a frequently asked questions. Lots of you asked if he liked the car. It's under a tarp hidden in the shed at the back of the garden right now. His birthday is Friday, so we're going to give it to him at the party. Will I show you my tattoo? No. I'm not getting my chest out on the internet. What kind of girl do you think I am? Am I, in fact, a Nazi? No. Questions about Corsic stuff. I'm going to see my grandmother on Sunday, so after I've eaten 3 whole cakes I'll ask all your questions for you. The dynamic you and Chaz have is so heartwarming. Kid hates it at home and you gave him a second one. And you seem to treat him like a true progeny. You'd make a good father. You have no idea. He's becoming a man I'm really proud to call a friend. Whilst also being a massive pain in the ass. Big bro little bro relationship there. My little bro has been a whiny bitch his whole life. Still is, and I give him shit for it. But he recently finished up school and is working at a hospital making more than I do. I am super proud. And have told him on the few occasions he was free to visit. Still give him a lot of shit though. Expected Disturbed, as they use the exact lyric Nazi war machine, but yeah, can see how Sabaton could put you in the same position. Yeah. My timing has always been terrible lol. You should have played Primo Victoria. We are the Audi Elite. Born to compete. Wish we could retreat. Chaz Division. Mate. That's so awesome. Squad theme song. D, thanks for the silver.